Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time I'm going to be going over the top 4 of YCS Orlando 2025, the first YCS of the year, and we have Tavion Crowley, I'm pretty sure is what his last name is, on Goo Gaming versus Julian Kahn from the Coliseum, and we will go ahead and we will see. Now, it looked like Julian Kahn won the rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yeah, they're going first, so I saw Imperm Fua X'd in hand. I didn't see what Tavion had exactly, but special summon out X by dumping. So obviously we don't have Fiendsmith in hand. We probably don't have Ice Ryzeal, Bonfire in hand, anything like that. Otherwise we would lead with those to try to get into Fiendsmith. So special summon X, and they're just thinking about how they are going to do their turn exactly. So they're thinking on what to dump, because you could dump like Eclipse Twins and set that up. I was going to say, but usually it is not dump Eclipse Twins, especially if you start with X. They dump Detonator, which will make it to where they will be able to get Cross set up to play around Nib, because their Duo Drive can attach. So X in the Sword, Sword goes Surge, and then Sword will now go ahead and search out the Ice Ryzeal. And then I think they asked anything on Res, and they said you're good. I'm pretty sure I saw Fua in Tavion's hand. So I feel like that should just be dropped now. But I guess you can stop and not drop it now, because I think I also saw Ash in their hand. So because they have Ash in hand, we could let this go, and then they go Duo Drive effect to go search, and then we can Ash it. And then now they will normal summon out Ice Ryzeal, and then Ice Ryzeal effect, and then we can go ahead and Fua there. So instead of them just committing into Detonator and allowing us to draw one, and the Ash Blossom not doing anything until the following turn, now we're able to go ahead and drop Fua on Ice and now get 2 draws. Also, I'm pretty sure in Julian's hand it's double Imperm, Magmama, and Fua. So the double Imperm Mag, very strong. Sadly getting hit with Fua on this Ice, which will now allow our opponent to draw 2 cards. So Ice will go summon out from deck. Whatever we summon is not getting this follow-up. I don't know exactly what ratios of Ryzeals that he plays in the deck. If he plays 3/3, then you can summon Sword or X tier. You're not summoning Node. If you play like only 2 Sword, then you want to summon X. If you play only 2 X, then you want to summon Sword. So now, yeah, they're just thinking about what to go for. I mean, okay. Oh, we just summoned Node. Okay, we actually summoned Node. And then, yeah, it looks like he's getting a slow play warning here. Mind you, I also have the stream at 1.25 times speed. So, you know, that did take a little long. That did take a little long, to be honest. I'm very surprised that it was special summon Node there. Maybe it's just because they don't have any follow-up in hand and they want to draw into an X or a Sword. So they're like, I may as well get the 1 brick out of deck. And then they're not committing to Detonator because they know Detonator almost gets it out. Like, it almost gets out at 100% of the time. So they just go ahead and pass turn. Okay. So then it is fair enough to leave Node on field. If we're not overlaying, then it is fair enough to go for that. Because now that's a body the opponent, like, really has to out. Because otherwise it's a very strong body. So they start with Fiendsmith tracked. That's fine. They have Bestial in hand. So they can use that to interrupt some of the Fiendsmith stuff. Can't do it on Lurie, obviously. They have no monsters. So summon out Lurie, and then they can go for the Requiem, and then they can go Requiem effect, Tribute to go special, bring out Lacrima. They don't have Detonator pop, so they can also Lacrima effect to go dump. So this is pretty good for them. Even if they get hit with like Bestial, at least they will still have... Okay, summon Lacrima. At least they'll still have Lacrima on field as a level 4. So, you know, forcing the opponent into a hand trap, and then still having Lacrima as a level 4 at least. Bare minimum. It also depends where they try to Magmamut. Because you should try to Magmamut the Engraver. If you had Druid's Room, then you could do it differently. Okay, but they're just going to use the effect to equip. Okay, and then go ahead and make Necro Equip. So that means they have Engraver in hand they're going to activate next. And go ahead and get the Necro Equip effect to draw. Yeah. So effect, discard, try to search, and the Necro Equip draw. Yeah, we did start with tracked also. Didn't do like one of the other lines, so the tracked is already used this turn. Okay, so yeah, Necro Equip effect to draw. This is interesting. I wish I could see exactly what was in their hand. I'm pretty sure I saw Ice Ryzeal in the hand too. So this will now go ahead and Necro Equip draw into maybe engine. Even if it's non-engine, like even non-engine still like solid here because our opponent doesn't really have engine rolling for them. So we're gonna go Engraver, shuffle back Lurie, and then in response, we have Bestial Magma Mutt. Did they say that's fine? Oh no, they asked how many cards. Wait, they did say that was fine. Oh, no, they didn't. Okay, wait, what is going on here, bro? It kept looking like they were about to summon the Engraver, then it was like, how many cards are in hand? Yeah, it's like, yeah, we're definitely going to Bestial Magma Mutt that. We're going to go ahead and remove that from the graveyard. We didn't have to do it on Requiem effect because we had Magma Mutt, so then we searched Druid's Room during end phase, which will deal with the Lacrima Requiem setup anyhow. So this allows us to prevent the special summon body. So go ahead, banish. Special summon out, and then activate the effect to search during the end phase. That is fine. Okay, I also see Nib in the hand of Tavion. And I also think I see Druid's Worm. But they go normal ice effect. And then now we'll go ahead and be hit with Imperm. Also, I don't know if they force it on stream or not. I actually forget, but having your back row set like that is crazy. Like, I always have my back row cards, like, facing me instead of, like, facing my opponent. But they go ahead and, like, obviously when I flip them, then they get flipped towards my opponent. But they imperm the ice, and then they imperm the Chaos Angel. It is also a light and dark Chaos Angel. Then they go special sword effect. And they also have Druid's Room in hand, which is really good because you can use that to try to hit the Fiendsmith stuff if they ever try to go ahead and start getting like the Desiree set up to be able to, like, you know, a Gumday, Desiree to be able to out the Chaos Angel. Well, not out it, but, like, you know, poke over it. And then, yeah, special summon X by dumping the Eclipse Twins. And then overlay to summon out Duo Drive. And then they have Duo Drive effect to go ahead and attach the ice from the graveyard. And then they have the effect to detach and go search. So we'll go ahead and search out the Node and search out the Ryzeal Cross, assuming they don't have either of those in hand already. And then, yeah, they have, like, Activate Cross, Special Node. I want to say discard from hand. They did put Eclipse Twins in the graveyard, though. That's a little bit weird. I feel like we probably should have put... Wait. Yeah, this is weird. Yeah, this is weird. We probably should have just dumped Aggregator, right? And then have the Aggregator negate instead, because that would allow us to beat over another body by leaving Duo on board. And then it also gives us, like, an extra material on our detonator, because then we can cross negate by detaching from Duo. I guess it's a little bit weird, right? We know that they're searching Druid's Worm. They have, I'm pretty sure it's Druid's, Nib, and Tracked in hand. Now they're going to go ahead and go cross effect to put back and then draw. And then would they have missed the draw one if they did that? Is that what they were worried about? Because they could have also dumped a detonator and had put that back instead and just attach a random material to detonator. Oh my gosh, they drew talents off that? They drew talents off the cross? Oh, nah. Oh, nah. That is good. That is a very good draw there. Now we're gonna go Special Bestial, it looks like. Yeah, Special Bestial by banishing. This is okay. That's confusing why we're summoning that right now. Yeah, that's confusing. Yeah, there's plus 300, minus 300 from the Duo Drive. So we're going to go Chaos Angel, beat over Duo Drive. That's fine. And then, yeah, that's why it was very confusing on why we summoned Druid's Room when we did, right? Because we could have just waited Chaos Angel beat over, Druid Worm banished one of their Ryzeals that were under the duo drive to summon itself out, and then we could do the crash technique. But the thing is, we can't even crash, right? Because Chaos Angel's negated by Imperm. Never mind. Okay. I was gonna say that's made with Light and Dark, so we can't do that. But we could have definitely Druid Worm banished like X Ryzeal from their grave. I know it's like not that big of a difference, but the fact that it has like any difference, like it could come up. Probably won't, but it's better to banish their card than it is to banish our Necro Equip. And yeah, there's no point at cutting because Bestial Magma is just gonna be searching here in a second anyhow. So end phase, resolve, go ahead and grab out the Druid Worm from the deck to the hand. This game is just over though. It's extremely hard to come back from this situation. Yeah, it's extremely hard. So they're going to go Druid Worm effect, and then they go ahead and negate it with Cross. And then pass turn. Oh, it's like, I'm going to say, it's like laggy. Okay, they drew Fua for turn, and they just admit defeat. Sure. Yeah, they just show them the Fua. At least they admitted defeat, like, quick there. There's no point of, like, wasting more time, because the opponent had, like, all the Fiendsmith stuff in the graveyard, too. Yeah, it's like having like Requiem plus Lacrima on grave, and then having like Detonator with Eclipse set up, and having Light and Dark Chaos Angel, and they also had Nib in hand too, and they also had Tract in hand too. Okay, so now we could just go ahead and skip to the next game, because we're probably not going to be able to see exactly what they are side decking anyhow. We can assume what they're going to side deck. Like we can assume Julian's going to be putting like cross out, called by, maybe Talents into the deck here, maybe Solemn Strike. Then Tavion might be putting in stuff like Ultimate Slayer, Perulia, Metaltronus. Either of them could be siding Metaltronus. I'm pretty sure Julian's maining the Metaltronus though. Okay, so once again, starting with Special Summon X, so like, it does reveal a lot about the hand and what they do and don't have. Like, we know they don't have Ice. We know they don't have Fiendsmith. They don't have Track. They don't have Engraver. They don't even have Lurie. They don't even have Lacrima. Otherwise, they would most likely just be leading with those cards. So X dump Detonator, go on the Sword effect goes Search, grab out Ice. Yup. So it's literally like the same exact situation as last game. I saw Metaltronus in their hand also. And I also saw Nib in hand. Metaltronus going first is broken. It's honestly just a better Solemn Strike in the mirror match because it banishes face down instead of like putting it to the graveyard. So duo drive effect to attach and then activate the effect to search. They go ahead and imperm that, chain cross out. It's also very interesting that they waited until the effect to attach to go ahead and imperm it because like me personally, like, okay, I guess it's fine, right? Okay, no, I think it's fine here. Like, specifically in this spot, because there are spots where, like, you do just want to Veiler it on the effect to attach, so that way they don't get, okay, yeah, they're going to make the Twins of the Eclipse, so that way they don't get the ability to go into the duo drive again. But I was going to say, in this spot, there is a difference, because we know that they haven't normal summoned yet, and they can go on the node, and they have like the Eclipse Twins. So here they're going to go Eclipse Twins effect to summon back out duo and attach the Detonator. Yeah, that's the only option they have with the Eclipse Twins here. So it's interesting on what they're, or maybe it's the opponent thinking, or maybe they're saying they're not even going to use it. Okay, yeah, they're not even going to use it. Yeah, that is fine. They just wanted to get the rank 4s engraver with the Eclipse Twins set up for their Detonator, and then also someone's Detonator in defense to play around Druid Worm, so that way they can't just try to out this as easy, because if they went chain Druid Worm, target Eclipse Twins, like, that could be kind of tough. And look, chain Druid Worm, target Eclipse Twins. Like, this is why you summon Detonator in defense. So they're going to go ahead, banish, special summon out. So this is being played very well by both players here. I think the turn has been played very solidly on both players' sides. So they're gonna go ahead and attach, and like even just like little things like this is the difference between making it in the top cut and not making it in the top cut. It's just knowing like these little interactions that come up. So go ahead, allow the opponent to cut the deck, and then pass turn. Okay, so what do they start with? Normal summon Veiler. I mean, that's a pretty weak start. Yeah, like, that's fine. Use those, make Moon, and then, well, most likely Moon. Yeah, make Moon. Jerusalem effect to go ahead and send the Detonator, and then they could just chain Detonator to pop Moon now. So, like, they have to have a way to keep pushing here, obviously. Otherwise, we could have maybe just left Detonator on field and try to just go in the Fiendsmith stuff without using Jerusalem effects. So now we go special summon out X Ryzeal by dumping. And then we dump probably... Oh, we're going to dump Eclipse Twins, okay. And then X effect. I was going to say... maybe they decided Cross out? I'm not sure. It's hard to know exactly what people set out. Some people set out Fiendsmith Trap. Some people set out Ryzeal Cross. So depending on like what they take out is what they can go for, because obviously there's no point of dumping Detonator if we side out Cross, because that just won't matter unless if we're trying to bluff that we still have Cross in the deck. And I'm trying to look here, and I think I just saw it. I think I just saw Cross. So I'm pretty sure they still have it in deck. So they go X in the sword, special sword effect to search, but they might also not even be going for duo. They might also just be going for Detonator because they've already normal summoned Veiler this turn. So they don't have the option to normal summon Ice after they get stopped on their next play. So maybe they just make a Detonator. Nah, but they dumped Eclipse Twins, right? So that means almost for sure that they're not going for Detonator and that they're going for a duo. Okay, now they're going to activate Talons. So they just wanted to see if they got stopped on like the X Ryzeal before committing in the Talons look, because they might have wanted to go Talons draw. So now they see Veiler Nib, and they can assume that the set card is Imperm or Metaltronus. And having a read on which one it is right here, you can't really do. So you see Veiler Nib, and they're on summon 4 already. So they're going to go ahead and rip the Nib out of hand. And then now they have Veiler plus the set card. Yeah, you just have to hope that it's Imperm. I guess it could also be Fiendsmith Trap, but I don't think that's what it would be. And then overlay. Like, setting that as a bluff is like, it's like whatever. So summon out Detonator. Detonator effect to attach. Okay, also summoning it in attack position, which does lead leave them open to being able to get hit with like a Jerusalem or something. So attach the Eclipse Twins there, because they know they can't go for duo drive. Now they know for a fact the opponent has Veiler in hand. Like, if you just go for duo, it just gets stopped. So they just go ahead, swing for 3k, and then pass turn, and then Julian just wins the game. It doesn't even matter what they top deck, because they have Metaltronus to negate and special summon out the Ice Ryzeal from the deck. And they're thinking in response, but they can't chain Detonator to pop. So that will just resolve there. Yeah, and they know the card in hand, so that's why Julian's just like, yep, gonna summon from deck. That's why they picked up the deck without waiting for a response, because there's just nothing to respond with. Oh, and okay, sure. They also just top deck Engraver. Yeah, just make it 10 times easier. Subtract, Lurie, special, go in the Requiem, and then, yeah, you could literally just go like Lacrima, dump Engraver, special, sequence, Agnumde, and that's game, because we know that all you need is Agnumde. If you have Agnumde plus a monster with 16 or more attack, that is just game. And we currently have that set up. So we can just summon out Engraver by shuffling back the Lurie. Then we can equip Requiem and go ahead and send. We don't have to play around like Charmy or anything, because we know all the cards they have. So we don't have to Desiree send it. So effect to equip, effect to send. Because sometimes you wait until you go sequence in the Desiree and then make Agnumde and then Desiree send. Okay, we also didn't need a normal Veiler, but that's fine. It's just game anyways. But sometimes you wait until that final time to send, because if they have Fuwa in hand and you put them on 0 cards, then you're giving them multiple draws if you Engraver send. So go ahead, summon out Desiree. Then go ahead and use those to make the Agnumde. And then just go battle game. Okay, sick. So, moving to game 3 now. There's currently 28 minutes left. Top 4, I'm pretty sure you have 55 minutes. So, you have a lot of time. Time normally doesn't come up in these matches, especially like the mirror match. I feel like the mirror match usually goes by pretty quick. There are some games where it's like extremely, like it takes forever. Like I actually played a mirror match at Orlando. It wasn't like in the tournament. It was at a hotel playing an Iron Man. And oh my gosh, that game 1 took a while. It was one of those games where like both players have Light and Dark Chaos Angel, and they were playing Bestial cards. So like, Lubellion and Regain were trying to get set up, and I'm sitting there just struggling, and they're sitting there just struggling. But, come on. You obviously know, like, I had to do what I had to do. I had to do what I had to do. And, I had to work it back. Because I had a Druisworm in hand, so they could never go Agnumde target Desiree. So they went Agnumde target Engraver, and I'm like, sure, I'm fine with that. Like, okay, yeah, you just summon a big body. I don't care. Like, you can attack over Chaos Angel for some damage, but at the end of the day, like, is that actually applying enough pressure? Like, I didn't think so. So I was like, yeah, I'm just holding this for Desiree. Like, I'm just going to eventually banish your Desiree. Or when I out this Engraver, I can banish your Agnumde. There's, like, multiple different ways for me to play it in that scenario. But now they're going to go activate Engraver, discard to go search. I also see Nib in Julian's hand. So Engraver will now go ahead and grab out Track from the decks of the hand. And that's fine. And then now they have activate Tracked. And I'm not gonna lie, I did see a part of this game, like the beginning of it. So I know that Tavion has Ice, cross out, Engraver. And the way that he plays this is very wrong. So he goes Tracked on the Luri into Requiem Tribute goes special, brings out Lacrima, and then Lacrima effect to go dump. And then, we can see right here, they go ahead and summon out Lac, and then Lacrima effect go dump, and that's fine. And then they're just dumping the Fiendsmith trap, so they're playing like extra safe here, extra safe. So, they could have done this differently. There's 2 different lines that you're able to do when you open Engraver Ice. One is start with Engraver, and one is start with Ice. And I'll run both of those lines on the screen here of like different things that you can do. And especially when you have Cross, you can definitely afford to go for like either of those God combos, which is like the full combo. You rarely ever get to do full combo though, but they could have like attempted to go for it here. So it's like very interesting that they decided to not go for either of those combos. But maybe he just felt like, if I just set up DDD, Trap Engrave, and then do this, I'm good. Also, another thing that they messed up on here is they could have activated Bonfire while they had Necroquip on field, which pretty much makes it so that way the opponent just like can't Ash Blossom it. Or if they do decide to Ash Blossom it, then you get to draw off Necroquip. So it's like, another spot to give your opponent another mistake. It's also top 4 of YCS. A lot of people are going to be nervous in a situation like this, and they might make dumb little mistakes. So now they're going to overlay, and then summon out the Duo Drive, and then we have the Duo Drive effect to detach and go search. I'm pretty sure they're not using, I'm pretty sure they don't have a Ryzeal to attach. So they're just using the effect to detach and go search. They activate Nib, and then chain Veiler. They could have also, on res of Duo Drive, they could have went activate Veiler, target DDD, and then activate Nib. And then if they cross out the Nib, then you still get to keep Nib in hand, which may not seem like it matters, but if you do get to like, if you do get past the next turn, having Nib in hand is like a huge difference. So right there, Julian Kahn could have played his Veiler Nib better. Which I know sounds crazy, right? Like, oh, you misplayed your Veiler Nib. But yeah, like, cross out is like the punish there. And if they had called by it, the same thing's going to happen. But it actually does give them another opportunity to make a mistake, because if they don't called by the Veiler on DDD, then yeah, your nib will go through. But obviously they should be doing it there. Like if your opponent's randomly using Valor on D, yeah, I'm gonna call it by that because obviously you have nib. So I think that was a mistake on Julian's part, and we'll find out if it ends up actually mattering. So now they're gonna go node, send duo drive, special summon back out, and then special summon X by dumping the Eclipse Twins. So just setting up the Eclipse Twin here, because now they can go ahead and overlay for Detonator. I also don't think that you need to. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say I also don't think that you like necessarily need to use node here. Maybe they just give their Detonator one less material, but I think it's fine actually because they have Eclipse Twins under it. Do they have nib in their own hand? No, they just have cross out plus. I couldn't even tell what that was. I think it was sword. Because if you have nib in your own hand, like Detonator with Eclipse under it is just like you win. You win. Because at any point you can just go activate nib, and then Eclipse Twins resummon Detonator, and the game's over. Like you just never lose in spots like that. Okay, now Julian's gonna start with the Ultimate Slayer. So Ultimate Slayer is gonna go ahead, dump Mirror Logic to bounce back, and then they have Mirror Logic effect to go ahead and shut down D. Okay, so you can see like how quickly this is going downhill for Tavion, where if he had gone for, either of the other lines, they would have had Desiree set up. And if you have Desiree set up, then, Ultimate Slayer doesn't matter as much. And in one of the combos, you get Dweller. So it's like, things could have been different. Things definitely could have been different here. So now, one of the lines you get, both of the lines you get Desiree, one of the lines you get Dweller. And it's like, there's so much. Well, both get Desiree, one gets Dweller, one gets the DDD plus the draw. Like, they both have their upsides and downsides. But when you have cross out in hand, like, you should be going for, like, the absolute best combo. Like, to be honest, even when you don't have cross out in hand, I'm still going for one of those combos. Like, every time. Like, there's no way I'm just making DDD. Like, I'll go for DDD if I just open, like, just Engraver. Or, just Ice. But now they go normal sword effect. And Julian has 2 cards in hand. And Tavion has the Lacrima. I guess they don't. Wait. They don't need to use Lacrima effect, right? Because they just have Engraver in the grave for the trap. So there's no point of activating Lacrima and playing in the talents right now. So they went sword to search, and then they go activate tracked. This is interesting, right? Because we could have just went cross out onto, I guess normal sword. Let me think. I was going to say, because we could have cross outed sword, and then we have Fiendsmith in Paradise. Then Fiendsmith in Paradise deals with tracked. That doesn't deal with Engraver, though. Because if they go Engraver, then you can't send Lurie. But then, if they go for a duo drive, you can send that. But if they go for a Dweller into Sequence, then that's a different story. Okay, but obviously they didn't have Engraver, so I guess we won't talk about that one too much. So now, you can see Julian thinking of the play here, exactly what to do. Looking up at the sky. So, okay, now it's special summon X by dumping. We already have Mirror Logic in the graveyard, so they're just trying to think if they need to dump the Twins of the Eclipse here. The thing is, they've already normal summoned Sword and gone through that. So now it's like, that won't be a thing. Like, normal summon Ice won't ever happen. They still have Trap Engrave. So we're going to summon X by dumping. And we dump Detonator. And then they went Detonator effect? No, X effect. And then they went... Okay, they pointed at X. I'm confused. So, are they trying to argue that they activated Detonator and not X? And obviously you can't activate Detonator effect there. I'm not sure. I feel like that's like an obvious mistake like, oh, dump detonator effect, and it's like, well, obviously not detonator effect, but X effect to go search. So I don't know. That seems like a stretch and a half. That seems like that will not resolve there. And then okay, Tavion's thinking because let's see, if we Fiendsmith and Paradiseless, okay, or if let's say we don't Fiendsmith and Paradiseless, they can search node and then make Dweller. Dweller lock the opponent out of using trap anyhow, and then node into like detonator, stop the Ryzeal or stop the Fiendsmith stuff on the follow up, and be able to go ahead and like set up detonator. Like that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So now that they're doing this, they're forcing Julian to search sword over node, and also forcing him out of the ability to go into multiple rank 4s. So you don't really want to be making Dweller in a spot like this, and we know he won't be. Unless, I don't know, because I don't know the card in hand, but it's like almost guaranteed that they will not be making Dweller here. So they go ahead and, cut the opponent's deck, and then now overlay to go summon, and then summons out the Duo Drive, and then Duo Drive effect to attach, and then they have the effect to detach and go search, and this will allow them to search for the cross and node. Well, actually, it's like, yeah, this gets them the multiple rank 4s too. What was the other line? The other line gets you to Dweller Detonator. This line gets you to Duo Dweller? Or is it Duo Detonator? Do we... I feel like... I feel like maybe Julian played this wrong here. I feel like maybe there was a world where Julian could have went battle phase, attack over DDD, and then had gone ahead and set up. But I guess, what are they trying to set up exactly? I guess that depends. If they're just trying to make detonator, then this is obviously better to do it like this. So now they're going to go ahead, cross, put back, draw. I don't think they know the card in Tavion's hand, right? I don't think they do. I might be tripping though. If they do know the card in Tavion's hand, then obviously that can change things up a bit. So what? They're shuffling the deck and they're talking to the judge? Is there something wrong? I'm confused. They're going cross, put back the draw. I don't know. Oh, they put back without cutting? Oh, okay. Sure. So now go ahead, draw into a Ice Ryzeal, which is follow-up. Then they have Node. And then... this is tough. I don't know their last card in hand either. I know Ice, Node, and then whatever the last card is. Which, it's a monster. So... I don't know. They go... Oh, it's Nib. Nib is the last card in hand. Okay. Oh, they could have had it. Oh my gosh, but you see like how the mistakes like trickle down? Like we could have had Nib in hand right now, right? And then we could have gone no discard Nib the special summon back out from the graveyard. Keep Ice in hand and keep Nib in hand. The opponent would be very scared of the last card in their hand, and they would assume it's most likely a hand trap, right? Because we discard Nib. So now, right now, we're supposed to have Ice in hand. So it's like, these misplays, like, even though our opponent misplayed their turn 1, and we should have been out of the game already, to be honest. Like we could have also been further ahead in this game state. We could have just been further ahead in this game state that we are currently being put in. So... yeah, there was definitely some mistakes. There was definitely some mistakes right now. But I think, like, overall, I think Julian's playing better than the opponent. And, you know, sometimes it's not about who plays perfect. It's about who's making less mistakes between the two players. I think Julian's making less mistakes right now. But this is also like this isn't like the easiest. I guess like that game state really wasn't that hard, to be honest. But it also wasn't like the easiest game state ever. But the Nib Veiler should have been done different. So they go ahead cross effect and they just pop that with the quickness, like get out of there. Like that card is a once per turn putback draw, and it's a negate once they set up anything. So now they're gonna go Engraver to shuffle back the Desiree, and then yeah, they were just looking at their grave real quick, and they said okay, summon Engraver's fine. Then Requiem effect to equip. And then they're going to go ahead and Detonator to pop the Engraver there. Go ahead and get rid of that. So... Okay, they said, yeah, nothing on res here or anything. So now they've gone through their cross Engraver. And I'm pretty sure I saw Sword in their hand prior. So they should still have Sword or... okay. So they top deck Bonfire. Because I know the card I saw last turn was a monster. So now, Bonfire to go search, and then it looks like they're going to grab out Extra Ryzeal from the deck to the hand, which Extra Ryzeal also does allow them to dump Mirror Logic. Then they can Mirror Logic effect. So special summon by dumping, and then activate X Chainlink 1, Mirror Logic, Chainlink 2, targeting the cross. That way X will for sure resolve here. Because if they cross negate Mirror Logic, that just doesn't make sense. You may as well just leave your material under duo. Unless if you truly need that card in grave. But we don't need that card in grave here. Like, it's fine to leave the material under duo instead. So now they're thinking if they want to pop this. Because they can go X, search Sword, and then Sword in the ice. And Julian's looking at the Nib in hand. Because the opponent has already summoned twice now. Once off Engraver, once off X'd. And then they search Sword, and it looks like they are talking or listening to the judges. He's getting a slow play warning for that? Was that like... Did that take a while? I didn't feel like that took very long to think on that. To be fair, like, X plus Mirror Logic, that is, like, multiple effects going on. I'm not sure if that should have been a slow play warning. It feels like it shouldn't have been. Maybe they were just talking about something else, but... Okay. Go ahead, X add Sword. And then now Tavion is thinking about what to do here. Or actually, I'm pretty sure they're still just waiting for the judge. I'm not gonna lie. Because... Yeah, it looks like they're waiting for the judge, because you can see that the timer has stopped. I was going to say, because if they're waiting for Tavion, like, this would be a slow play warning, because he's literally just sitting there waiting. But he's literally just sitting there waiting, so it's not like slow play warning or anything. Okay, and then I guess maybe we just skip ahead. Okay, special summon out Sword, and then Sword effect to go search, or do they maybe plan on not activating it? Just because they could get popped and they don't need to get popped here. But the opponent also has duo drive on field, so it's not like we could just go summon Detonator. Okay. So now we're just going to summon Detonator. Detonator effect to attach the Twins of the Eclipse. Or Eclipse Twins, whatever, same thing. Potato. So equip that. So, now the Nib and Julian's hand is looking a bit weaker. And then they go normal summon ice. Okay, so it was ice the last card in hand. So normal summon ice. Ice effect goes search, or not go search, but goes special. And then this can special summon out X'd. Yeah. And then overlay those to summon out another Detonator, which will allow them to Detonator beat over duo, and then Detonator to crash into Detonator, forcing them to detach their Mirror Logic. But end of main, activate Nib, And they said, okay, sure. Pass over an absolute huge Ojama blue token. So it's just 3 detonators and a duo. So it's 3, 3, 9, 11, 5, and then 25, 25, 25, 75, 95. So yeah, it's 11, 11, 5, 95. And then they're going to go Eclipse Twins effect to resummon out Detonator. And then they won't be able to activate Detonator effect to attach, though. But, like, look at the difference here. Look at the difference here. Look at the difference here. If Julian Kahn did not mess up Valor Nib turn 1, we have ice in hand right now. If you have ice in hand right now, the game's over. The game's just over. Your opponent has 1 Detonator here with 1 pop. And if they crash in the Nib, guess what? 0 pops. That's 0 pops. Even if they have a pop and I normal summon ice, I'm sending you to the 3rd, 4th playoff. Good luck with the prize card. Good luck with the prize card is what I'm going to tell you. But yeah, they already summoned Engraver. This still isn't like a great spot though. Okay, so they're going to go ahead pass. And then it looks like they're talking to the judges again. Okay, so they drew for turn. That looked, I couldn't tell exactly what that was, but it looked like a Charmy. Which honestly, a Charmy works. A Charmy works, because you can make Moon. But they're going to go cross effect to put back and draw. And here, with only 1 minute and 33 seconds left, like, Julian can take his time. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm up 400 life points and time is coming, honestly, I'm not even activating Cross first. I'm normal summoning that Charmy. Like, I'll tell you what, my Fiendsmith combo, through Detonator Pop with my opponent thinking, like, yeah, dude, that can easily take a minute. And then you still have Cross Draw. Like, okay, go ahead, put back, draw. And they drew, I'm pretty sure that's extra Ryzeal, which that's broken. That's broken. Because now we have normal summon out the Charmy, the Fua that we drew. And then link off. Make Moon of the Closed Heaven. Sure. And then link off. Summon out the Requiem. Requiem effect Tribute to Ghost special. And then that can now go ahead and summon out the Lacrima from the deck. And then they have Lacrima effect to go ahead and send. So now it's going to go ahead and dump Engraver from the deck to the graveyard. And then we have X in hand. So, wait, whoa, okay, it should be X, right? It should be X, right? I'm confused. I guess I already went through Mirror Logic. What have they gone through exactly? Because if they use this, then the opponent's definitely just going to Detonator Pop Lacrima, to prevent them from being able to go, like, Chaos Angel Banish Token, beat over Detonator. Will they do that? I guess they might go Engraver effect just to attempt to send Detonator anyways. And then force them to out that. Also there is 8 minutes and 30 seconds left now. Okay, so it was from the time extensions that they had. So they're going to go Detonator, Pop, Lacrima, special summon out. I'm pretty sure they drew X. So if they drew X tier, then they either need to Engraver Sun itself or Engraver Crash, which they'll Engraver Crash because the token's too big to Sun itself. So attack, take 12, and then main phase 2, special summon out X by dumping. Yeah, it was X'd. So now they gotta see exactly what they want to dump real quick. Probably just slam DDD in graveyard. Like, you just have to send something at this point, right? Like, there is not enough time to be thinking 20 seconds about this. Or is it just Eclipse Twins? Like, I feel like a decision's got to be made faster than this, bro. There's no way. There's no way. With time coming and I'm down in life? Still is crazy. 45 seconds for that is crazy work. Crazy work. Okay. X effect. Go ahead, search out Node. Do we not have Sword and Grave? We don't have Sword and Grave. And we resolved Cross earlier. We resolved cross earlier. Wait, did we not put back a sword? So we sided down to 2 sword, or we only played 2 sword? And we didn't put it back with cross? Oh, nah. Oh, nah. Oh, nah. That is not good look. That is not a good look. Unless if he has some crazy plan here. The opponent's gonna go, Lacrima, Requiem into an Engraver. Before they can go ahead and set up Detonator. So now go ahead, equip the Eclipse Twins. And then pass turn. Also, they need to stop cutting their opponent's deck for that long too. I don't want to say it's because Julian Kahn is a big DB player, and I've seen a lot of DB players struggle with this stuff. But there's no reason you should be cutting your opponent's deck that much in this situation. First of all, your opponent's not stacking on stream. Let's just be honest, they're not stacking on stream. And second of all, there's just no point of cutting that much. In this situation, it's just never a point of doing it. I want my opponent to draw as fast as possible. You know what I mean? I want there to be the least amount of time. So they make sequence, use the effect, and they just go ahead and cross negate. And then they make the second Requiem. Okay, yep, they do play double Requiem. Double Requiem is very good against Bestials, and also in this spot it's very good too. Because now they're able to go ahead and activate Engraver to shuffle back Requiem, and then chain Requiem to go ahead and summon out Lacrima. Summon both those out, and now they can use those to make a Chaos Angel. And then Chaos Angel to go banish Detonator. Then they're going to chain Detonator to pop itself. So that way they can use Eclipse Twins. What's in their grave? They only have 1 Detonator in grave, and they're just going to chain Bestial Magma Mutt. They top decked Magma Mutt. Okay. They top deck Magma Mutt. To be fair, Julian Kahn should have already won the... Okay, I guess to be fair, Tavion should have won this game. And then Julian should have won this game. Then Julian should have won the game again. Right now, Julian was supposed to have Sword in deck, which could have searched for Ice, which would have given us... I guess at this... at this point it's tough. So now we're gonna go... Requiem into Lacrima. In the end phase? What? Why do we not do it during main phase? Okay, so there's 3 minutes left. You can tell that Julian is... He's moving. He's moving right now. So what is it? Cross effect chain Requiem. Cross effect target Detonator. Node, put back, draw. Sure. Requiem effect tribute. Feel like that should have just already been done. We do not want to draw any of these Fiendsmith cards right now. We already have Fiendsmith set up. And our opponent has Baldrake in hand. Playing Baldrake just makes that Magma so much better too. Now we're gonna go into the Requiem, and then Requiem Tribute Go Special, bring out Lacrima. Both these players playing double Requiem. Then they're gonna go summon out Engraver. We'll activate Engraver effect. And now, in response to Engraver effect, they're thinking if they want to chain the Baldrake or not, if it is even worth it. They go ahead and activate it. Okay, so banish, special summon out. Normal summon Ice. Okay, so even though we weren't able to search it, Heart of the Cards went ahead and gave it to us. X'd into Node. What do they have exactly? This is still tough. I don't think there's enough time for Julian to win this game. We're going to go Lacrima on the Requiem. Requiem Tribute Go Special. And Tavion, didn't slow play with that either. Very, 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 very easily could have went Think. Summon Lacrima. Effect. Think for a second. Dump Engraver. Could have very easily taken an extra 10-15 seconds off that. So now Julian is just going to make an Agnumde, which this isn't enough. This is not enough. And Julian knows that. Agnumde effect to summon back out Engraver. I think he needed his opponent to mess up and like ball drake that. And then nah, he needed way more than that. Special node effect. Go, 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 go. Stop thinking. Just go. Just go. Just go. Overlay. Overlay. Summon. Battle. Say whatever you gotta do, bro. Say whatever you gotta do. The game's over though. Summon. Effect to attach. Effect to attach is crazy, by the way. Effect to attach is crazy, by the way, because there's no more turns. The game is over. The turns are gone, bro. The turns are gone, bro. And then battle phase, swing. It says time, unless if time hasn't actually come yet. But it doesn't even matter because this isn't game. And then, it depends how far time is now, right? I guess how far time is, because they could have definitely messed up the clock here. Did they mess up the clock here? I mean, if so, then like, no, okay. Wow. What a match. What a match. You know, they're not gonna lie, you know, decent amount of throws there. But it was top 4. You know, a lot of people are gonna be nervous in top 4. Decent amount of throws, decent amount of tosses. You know, I'm gonna be putting in some like replays inside of this video that y'all would have already seen by now, to try to help explain some of the points that I was trying to talk about to make it a little bit easier. Yeah, it's just like, I think there were like certain spots where like I think Julian Khan could have capitalized on the mistakes. The opponent, I'm pretty sure the opponent also went Engraver effect, and Julian took a second to think on that, which I even told Julian before that if your opponent goes like activate Engraver, there's no reason you should tell your opponent think. I know you're trying to bluff hand traps, but what are you bluffing, bro? What? You're not ashing this. Like, that's it. You're not ashing it. What other hand trap are you going to use on activate Engraver, hand effect, discard to search, first action of the game? There's no point of bluffing right there, bro. There's no point of bluffing. Some spots, there's just no point of doing it. I think, you know, that's something that he potentially needs to work on. But, you know, like, us DB players, like, we do have to, you know, we have to work on things a little bit differently than other people. Like, a lot of people don't play on DB, they just play IRL. Like, I just play on DB. You know what I mean? Like, when I side deck, I have the reset deck button. I have, like, a lot of different things that in real life you just don't have. Time comes up and stuff, but alright, yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Actually, hold up. Yeah, shout out to me and my co-commentators, you know, Billy, Asala. You know, I think we all did a great job of commentating here. Great job of commentating. So I just want to say, you know, good job, bro. Good job, bro. And with that being said, all 3 of us signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.